got some hot tech earnings to talk about. Oracle, Research in Motion. I guess the enterprise isn't dead, Howard.
The enterprise is alive, young man. People have been writing off the enterprise, and Oracle came out today and said, no, we are not dead. We are not even partly dead.
What are people talking about with Mark Hurd and the fact that he made an appearance? They definitely were touting what he's going to do to try and integrate Sun with Oracle software. Are people skeptical, or do they think he's going to do a good job?
Well, based on the action, the price action, I'm all about price action, and the price action says, listen, Mark Hurd, better or for worse, great acquisition guy, track record of doing acquisitions, and with the enterprise screaming. And I say screaming because the consumer spends their life away from work on Facebook. And the world and the enterprise is going to be used to that environment, and the enterprise is coming inside the corporate world. And that is, private companies that you'll start hearing about, Telligent and Jive Software. But more importantly, Salesforce.com. So Oracle is back in play, and Mark Hurd is a smart move because acquisitions are going to be the key in the next 3 years.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that. Staying just briefly in the enterprise theme, Research in Motion, you should have your Canadian flag there, show some national pride. Everyone was writing them off, and they had a great quarter. What's up with that?
Well, I did have bacon this morning. Here's the thing. RIMM, and I'm embarrassed because I got this wrong even though I had a position in the stock. It's a thick, heavy brick compared to the new iPhone. But you know what? RIMM is a software company, great security software. They're not dead in the enterprise. It's an incredible company. Don't own the stock, not interested in owning the stock. But it is good to see a company continue to execute at the scale that they're executing. Igosa, a great friend of mine on the stream, worked at Intel Capital for 10 years. Intel was the first investor in RIMM. Said to me the other night on the stream, he said, listen, they're executing perfectly. You may not like them, but they're not dead.
Right. No, great point. It seems like they had a pretty strong performance in international markets as well. That brings us to our next topic, China. What is going on there? So many Chinese ADRs are just surging, and it's hard not to think maybe we've got a bubble here.
Yeah, I think when people are talking about bubbles, like you say, it's hard to actually be in a bubble. There's just still that overlying negativity. I think people have to be careful of two things, and we'll pull it up. Zero Beta, Justin Paterno, who works for us, who scours the streams all day for trends and nuggets. He had a great post that talked about the companies with China in their name. You got to separate the marketing from the real companies. Companies with China in their name have not done so well. Interesting, like American Airlines, like Bank of America.
But Buffett's bullish on America.
You may be bullish on America, but not companies with the name America in them. But JOBS, jobs, 51 jobs in the recruiting and human resources business in China, all-time highs. We have Baidu in search, pretty much owns the space. And then a company that nobody talks about, Alibaba. If you want to own one of the great Chinese companies, Yahoo is one of the largest shareholders of that and is pretty much neglected in the share price of Yahoo.
But moving to our final topic, though, here comes the sun. Who doesn't love a good Beatles reference? Solar stocks are making a lot of news lately. What's community chatting about there?
Well, I think that's a sign of confidence, right? Solar is not an industry that many investors and traders understand, and for good reason. Oil is something that has been 100 years in the spotlight, and solar has had very big moves. So again, not for the faint of heart, but Trina Solar, TSL, is a stock that I bought this morning. First Solar is one of the big famous names in the industry.
Yep.
But solar is back in motion.
So the sun not setting on solar. I'll stop with the lame solar references. But one more Beatles reference, as John, Paul, George, and Ringo sang, they say it's your birthday, Howard. So happy birthday to you, and we'll do this again next week.
Thank you, buddy. 45, still going.